Good morning, students. It's me, Miss Tanya, and today we are back with another lesson. As you all know, that we have completed General Ayub Khan reforms in the previous lecture. So today we are going to take a start about that what Ayub Khan did soon after coming into power, what was his contribution, and how was he successful into his steps. But before moving forward, hurry up, grab your notebook along with pencil and pen and start noting the important pointers. And yes, you're familiar with the other guidelines. So let's move forward. Now, the question is that what Ayub Khan did soon after coming into power. I am going to discuss this SLO in detail because there were multiple questions along with MCQs which were included into the previous lecture. Abducting women and children, black marketing, smuggling, hoarding was stopped. Well, the question is asked that what he did soon after coming into power, what was his contribution? So the first thing which Ayub Khan did was abducting women. It means that rights were given and women were free to give their decision. Women were not treated badly. Women were not treated negatively. Children smuggling and women smuggling was banned into his era. Black marketing was banned. Smuggling, hoarding was stopped. It means all of those criminal activities or the negative activities were stopped and banned into his era. The second thing which he did was many in the civil service of Pakistan and police service of Pakistan were investigated and punished for corruption, misconduct, inefficiency, or subversive activities. In this SLO, you can see that in this point, it is said that he have also investigated the Department of Civil Services of Pakistan as well as the Police Services of Pakistan. And in both of these services, all of those people who were into those departments, they were investigated. And among those investigations, those who have attempted crime or those who have attempted corruption, they were punished for their act and then they were replaced by the new people. Then misconduct, inefficiency, or subversive activities. It means any sort of criminal activities or any sort of corruption in which they were involved. So although if they were involved into these sort of activities, so they were been replaced by the other people. Then cleanse of administration with the new military government. So you can see that it was a new military government which was introduced, and all of those people were replaced by them into the military government as well. Then the other things which he did in his era were disciplinary actions against the corrupt officials were taken. It means those who were involved into corruption. Disciplinary actions were taken. His government, you can say that he was having a dictator government because the background of Ayub Khan was from military. So you have to follow the rules and regulations of his government. And yes, you cannot say no to those rules and regulations by hook or by crook. You have to follow it. Then the second thing which he did was laws were made for the laborers to fulfill their requirements. The major reason why laws were made, because obviously majority of the people belonging from Pakistan, they're laborers, they're working into different fields. So strict laws were made for them as well, but those laws were helping them to fulfill the basic needs and to feed their families. Then the next point is restricted polygamy and regulated marriage and divorce, giving women more equal treatment under the law. So, according to this, you can see very clearly that according to this point, polygamy, it means more than one wife or more than one marriage. It was completely restricted. You cannot have more than one wife. You should give equal treatment to your wife. You should give equal treatment to the women who are living over there. Now, the basic, and before we have studied about the historical background in which when there was the government of Sikandar Mirza. So in this government of Sikandar Mirza in 1956, he have introduced the first constitution of Pakistan. Let me give you a quick recap. When we came over here, then we were not having the constitution, so we were following Indian Act 1935. But then in 1956 we got independence in 1947, and then in 1956 we made the first constitution. Then after, when General Ayub Khan replaced Sikandar Mirza, then General Ayub Khan 1956 constitution. Okay, just let me give you a parallel of that why it wasn't approved. The constitution of Sikandar Mirza was not said to be fulfilling the responsibilities of all those people who are living over here. It is not accommodating each and every aspect into that constitution. This is the main reason that that constitution, it got approved, it got implemented, but then amendments were made when General Ayub can't take over the powers. Amendment means that you're making changes into the constitution and you're adding up more points to make the constitution better for Pakistan. Constitution means that it is a written document and in which rules and regulations are written, in which it is written that how you have to take your country, or how the country can progress, how you have to implement different things onto your country. That is known as constitution. So in 1962, when General Ayub Khan took over the government, then in 1962 General Ayub Khan introduced the constitution with the name of Constitution of Pakistan in 1962. Now there were basic features of this constitution, and that was, you can see there is a picture which is given over here which states that the constitution of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, it means that the constitution will be Islamic constitution. It means that Pakistan is known as the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Why? Because Muslims are living over here and the ideology which they are following is based on Islamic ideology. And yes, there are minorities as well who are living into Pakistan and they're following their own ideologies. Now, but the same point was mentioned in the Constitution of 1956 in the government of Sikandar Mirza. The special features of this constitution are: the Constitution of 1962 consists of 250 sections and 3 schedules. It means that in 250 sections, they're telling that how the government will be divided, what rules and regulations you have to follow, and there are 3 schedules that how you're implementing onto those strategies which has been introduced into the constitution. Then coming towards the next point, Pakistan was declared Democratic Islamic Republic in the Constitution of 1962, and then Urdu and Bengali were declared two national languages of Pakistan. So you can see that we are having these three constitution which plays very important role: Constitution of 1956, 62, and 73. 73 is the last constitution. We haven't amended any constitution after that. So we consider 73 till yet the last constitution up till now. So these are the basic features which you have to keep in mind. I am not going to study, or we are not going to study constitution in detail. I am just giving you a rough idea, or you can say that just a little detail about that what exactly just happened into that era. Now, 1965 war, it was fought between the era of General Ayub Khan. Pakistan Army started Operation Gibraltar in Kashmir, and in the reaction of this, Indian Army attacked Pakistan. Well, you can see that when we migrated and when we came to Pakistan, then you can see that there were Kashmir wanted to represent themselves as a separate identity. But soon after, when we got independence, Indian forces, they conquered, they captured few parts of Kashmir, they attacked and then they captured. So still the ongoing discussion is going about Kashmir. There are three parts of Kashmir, that is Jammu and Kashmir, Azad Kashmir, and Siachen Kashmir. That is another part which is just under the supervision of China. So there are three parts of Kashmir. So what exactly just happened? We were fighting for the rights of Kashmiris, and then in 1965 there was a war in which Pakistan also participated with the name of Gibraltar in Kashmir, and then accordingly when they were participating into the war, then Indians also attacked Pakistan. Why? Because they wanted to conquer Kashmir, and still it is an ongoing discussion which is going on. Then Pakistan Army won the war by giving many sacrifices. So you can see obviously it was a great war which happened in 1965, and then many of our soldiers, they sacrificed their lives in winning this war, and finally we got succeeded at the end of this war. Then Tashkent Treaty. According to this treaty, it was signed by Ayub Khan and Indian Prime Minister. The aim of this treaty was to cease fire in 1965 war. Pakistan President Ayub Khan ending the 17-day war between Pakistan and India. The war started in 1965. The war, it was fought among like 17 days regular. You can say that regularly 17 days it was fought. Okay, and then after that there was a treaty which was signed between the Prime Minister of India and then General Ayub Khan. And then according to that they wanted to end up the war and they wanted negotiations to happen in between. So that is a quick recap, or you can say that I am just giving you a summary, a gist of that what exactly happened into his era. The assignment for today is question number one: what Ayub Khan did soon after coming into power, and then question number two: discuss the features of Constitution of 1962. You have to answer both of these questions into your notebook, and then you have to post your answers on KP under my instructions. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope this presentation turned out to be something interesting and important for all of you. Still, if you're facing any difficulty, so you can ask me on KP under the instructions which are posted over there. Inshallah, we'll return with another part of General Ayub Khan into another lecture. Till then, take care. Barakallah.